Hey guys, welcome to Gallup Gardens. It's October 6th, 2021, and we are in Zone 7B in Oklahoma, gently rolling hills of Oklahoma, in the valley. Quick little video today. So we've finished so many of our big projects, haven't we? So now we're down to the little stuff, and the idea is to, I hope y'all can see the bumblebees. The idea is to move from these like big sweeping videos that aren't very entertaining with a lot of fast motion and with the music background, or I'm doing a lot of movement, a lot of dirt moving, a lot of planting, a lot of things like that, and move into more of these kind of detailed videos. So today's super easy. The whole point of these videos are gardening, growing your own food, self-sustainability, and doing it on the cheap and doing it with upcycled and recycled products. So driving by, going to Homeland, and they've been cutting down all the branches for the power lines. And I found this guy. And what has happened was it's adobe. I don't know what the real word is, but that's what we called it when I was a kid and cutting wood. So this log has been hollowed out by some bugs, and this is one of the few that made it. And what we're going to do is we're going to insert it into the raised bed, and we're going to fill it up, and we're going to transplant this basil, even though this basil's only got a few more weeks. So if it makes it, cool, it'll look pretty. If it doesn't, oh well, I'll compost it. Also, I'm going to kind of walk you through the herb garden up here up front. Through the the pumpkins here and what we're planting, and kind of get into the details with it. We learned a lot with the herb garden. It's really pretty. I wish y'all could see the honeybees and the bumblebees. Right here's a little bee honeybee. See if I can get stung. And how we're going to plant. More rosemary, a lot more thyme. I think these are marshmallows. I don't think we're ever going to use them, but we're definitely going to use that rosemary. Also the cilantro that we got going, the oregano that's just really taken off, the basil and how tall it is. So I really kind of learned about the heights of these plants. I didn't know basil got that big. It didn't last year. So anyway, yeah, stay with us and like and subscribe. Look at this right here, buddy. This is called honeyweed or honey vine, and it's a weed, and it's toxic, so please don't eat that. Yeah, see, Sterling eats everything. This one, you can eat this one. Oregano, as self-sufficient me says. What do you think? Is that good stuff? It says a little spicy. A little spicy. The first step is gather the tools. So we've got a few things here. We got and some of them are off camera, but got a little cardboard. We're going to just lay down under it for weed suppression. Pull up some of these this Bermuda grass that I'm still fighting. And then we had a peace lily up here on the porch, and I'd put rocks in it to keep the cat from pooping in it. And then Sterling pulled all the rocks out, cleaned them together, threw them at the cat, almost broke the pot. All that fun stuff. I think this is something with a whole lot of iron in it that I'd found on something. Okay. Pull that guy out. I'm going to try and get these guys in here and position it. I'm learning a lot making YouTube videos. Several things. What is that? There's a toady in there. Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can show y'all without. Oh, he took off. Shoot. I'll have to edit that. There was a toad in the sage hunting. Anyway, some of the things I'm learning is try to keep my rear end, my derriere, out of the filming as much as possible, specifically my plumber's crack, you know. And gardening videos is kind of like trying to make plumbing videos, you know. I got a lot of time bent over. So here we go. You know, how do we want this guy in here? The idea is to create a layering effect and a lot of different levels. What do you think? I think, yeah, I think it'll be good. Right there. We're going to move the cardboard around it, or around a little bit more. And that way I don't have to tear so much of it off. Come here, guy. And it's a shame. I planted a bunch of herbs by seed here. I'm trying to fill this in. It's cold weather stuff. And it looks like I'm gonna smush a little bit of it. Really quick, while we're mixing soil and putting things in, I was going to give you a little tour of the front beds and what all we're doing. So these are our pots, and we're growing salad greens out of them. And I think these are begonias, and they're really taking off, especially since I came home, and they're getting like regular water and taken care of and stuff. But anyway, so we've got some kale growing in here and some greens in between. And the idea is that as the frost kills these guys off, look at this guy, the greens will come through. The mums are starting to really produce, especially this real pretty one. So you can buy mums really cheap. $7 or something at Walmart, and everybody puts them in a pot and then they die. But if you just plant them in the ground, man, they come back year after year after year. So I always plant some fall colored mums, and I plant them in the corner of these beds, and that way I can just round those corners when I mow. They stay green all throughout the spring and summer, and then in the fall they really, you know, put off a show. If you look here, this bed has a lot more greens that haven't been crowded out. And so the idea is that, and these are purple greens and red greens, so as these guys die off, these beautiful fall colors will come through. Uh-oh. Here he goes. Somebody got a DUI. And this is the herb garden. You know, this is what we're working on right now. A few more mums. The catnip's really pretty. What do we got here? We got some oregano, some kale coming in. What else did we plant? We planted some dill, some chives. A whole bunch of stuff. Got some little pollinators kind of doing their thing. I think we also planted some lavender. We seeded all this. The lavender did not do good. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move this basil into that stump. And then right here where the basil is, we're going to plant lavender, rosemary, maybe a few more of this marshmallow, but I mean, I like the way it looks, but I don't have any use for it. The oregano is really spilling over. And then on the edges of the beds, I'm going to plant more thyme because it's kind of a low-growing creeper. And, let me come back real quick. And in this cavity here, I want to plant basil because it gets really big. In that cavity, I'm going to plant basil because it gets really big. And then probably behind that stump, I'm going to plant basil because it gets really big. So ideally, next summer, it's going to look really, really nice. Let's mix a little dirt. So we've got some raised bed mix. We've also got some manure. The manure adds all kinds of good stuff, especially humus and beneficial bacteria and all that kind of stuff, and just straight up nutrients. It also smells terrible, so that's good. And then the raised bed mix is a little lighter, a little fluffier, a little nicer. And this is leftover from topping off the beds in the backyard. Yeah. Alright guys, it's too easy. We're just going to fill it up. We're going to transplant the basil. You can really smell the herbs right now because I've been working around them and disturbing them. Yeah. I hope I mixed enough. So what do you think I should plant in this stump next year? You know, the oregano is a nice idea because it kind of grows and spills over. But then again, I've got so much growing already. Not the cilantro, but the parsley. This stuff right here is parsley. And it's, I got so much parsley, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I don't know. The idea, though, is to grow these, these low-growing plants up high and these high-growing plants down low. So we get lots of variety, you know. A little bumblebee. These actually might be mason bees. I don't think they're bumblebees. So, I don't know if you can... Yeah, I guess you can. You can see it. Let me take a little bit of this out. Create a nice little cavity there. This is probably going to shock the basil. It might kill the basil. But there's a frost coming soon anyway. So, don't know. Get in there on the side. Uh-oh. Hang on, buddy. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna need a bigger hole. I really wish I made a video of making this bed, but I decided to do all this before I started the YouTube project. But this one was a lot of fun. It took a lot of work finding the raised bed parts and shopping around here and there. There we go. Oh, that basil's huge. Several reasons for this move. just to kind of see how it does. But also, I'm trying to make a little room so I can get to my pickup and to the side door. There we go, bud. Lots and lots of water, and I think you'll be okay until the frost gets you. There we go. All right, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think. Good idea, bad idea? I don't know. If it's a bad idea, we compost it. If it's a good idea, it lasts until, I don't know, another 15 to 30 days. Now I can get back to old Betty, you know, back and forth, and the side door and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, things we definitely learned. Plant the basil in the low spots, and plant these smaller, creepier guys in the higher spots, especially this oregano. Uh-oh, I upset a bee. And I'm super pleased with how hardy this rosemary is. All the chamomile died. I heard that chamomile is invasive, but it died. I heard that dill is invasive, but it died. You know, so, but man, this oregano, some of these other guys, they just keep going and going and going. Catnip, if you're in Zone 7B, Oklahoma, man, you can't get rid of it. It's good stuff. I make tea with it. Sage is good stuff. Oregano. One thing that died that I was disappointed in was the lavender. You know, plan to grow a lot more. Maybe try some different varieties or something like that. You got any ideas for different varieties of lavender? Let me know. I just bought the store-bought kind. But if you know of a good hardy kind for 7B, I'm all about it. You got any questions? You got any input? You got any criticisms? You got anything? Let me know. Super open to ideas, super open to critiques, just super open to anything. Check back next week. You know, we're getting further into the fall. Just because it's fall and winter doesn't mean that you stop growing. Thank you.